Hi, my name is Liudas Butkus, and in this video I want to talk about a new cryptocurrency that basically came out of nowhere and it is now in the top 20 at 12th place, called HCash. What is HCash, what it is all about, and why is it so high out of nowhere? So it launched at August 20, and I had no news about it. I didn't hear about any ICO. It basically came out of nowhere for me, and I guess a lot of people had the same thing happen to them. It's basically came out of nowhere, launched at $20, went up to 40, and now it is at 30. So it doubled and then went back down. So it is a cryptocurrency similar to Dash, from what I read in the news, in the white papers, and what info they have. And I will try to go through the features of HCash. You can only buy it on CHBTC, Binance, DABTC, and Trade Satoshi. These two last ones basically have no volume. Binance is a Chinese exchange, CHBTC also. So I think it is a Chinese version of Dash, though when I looked at the team that's creating it, only the advisors seem to be from Asia, but the core team doesn't seem to be from Asia, so it's kind of interesting. But overall, the whole info is in English. So here we have the website of HCash or HyperCash, and let's dig into it. So the exchange platforms where you can get it: Binance, and basically all Chinese exchanges. What interesting innovations does it have? Well, the main thing that there are tons of hard terms like directed acyclic graph, which is a data structure in programming. In simpler terms, there are cryptocurrencies that use the blockchain technology that's quite standard, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, NAM. They most use the same basic blockchain technology, but IOTA uses a different blockchain technology, and they are calling their data structure Tangle. I think Byteball they also mentioned. It's not even near the top. Byteball is also using a similar structure to IOTA. The different structure is really good for Internet of Things, for microtransactions and stuff like that. It's quite different from the regular blockchain technology. So HyperCash or HCash will be supporting like the regular blockchain technology and the new Tangle or IOTA type of blockchain technology. So it wants to be using the best of both worlds, because they all have different cons and pros. So this is basically the most unique thing that I read about HyperCash, that it will be supporting two different type of data structures. In my opinion, that's going to be very difficult to program to make use of two different structures. So that's that, and probably this is why it went so high. HCash is hidden, and they are using the zero knowledge proof technology, which means that you can approve transactions without giving any valuable information that could it identified the transaction with some address. So basically, this is a Zcash technology, I think. This allows doing anonymous transactions. So it has some features of Zcash, and I think Dash also uses similar things. You can do anonymous transactions on Dash. HCash is hybrid. This is very similar to Dash. They have proof of work where you do mining, and they have proof of stake where you can stake your tokens. On Dash you have proof of work and you have master nodes, which is very similar to proof of stake. Well, kind of similar. In master nodes you have to have, I think, 10,000 Dash, which is huge sums of money, to be able to get proof of stake rewards, the master node rewards. And with proof of stake you don't need to have that many. If you have like a few coins, you can stake them and participate in the proof of stake. Hierarchy, DAO governance. I'm thinking this, if I understood it correctly, this is going to be again very similar to Dash, where some percentage of the funds of the value of the cryptocurrency will go to a fund, which will help to develop new stuff on the blockchain. Similar to Dash, where they have a fund that they use for promotion, etc. HCash is hard. In the white paper, what they mean is that they implemented or will be implementing a quantum resistance, meaning that as computing power grow, and if we start using quantum computers that have a much higher processing power, that HCash is still going to be secure. So the algorithms work in such a way, without going into too much technicality, that even with a lot more processing power, you will not be able to brute force and hack it. HCash is heaven. Holders can transfer between public and private addresses through their own wallets or client panel. The transaction or delivery across different systems can be requested for public addresses or private addresses coins. I read a little bit about this. They are planning like having the ability to transfer to different blockchains. The ability to transfer Zcash, Byteball, I think. So it's gonna be really interesting. Not sure how they will be implementing that, or maybe I misunderstood some things, though it's still early days. We'll see how that will go. And Hypercash is handy. HCash enables HCash holders to transfer unlimited times with a limited block size. So they will not be using blocks, a different data structure, and they are writing this as a huge benefit. And it kind of is. So they can do much more transactions than a regular blockchain technology-based cryptocurrency can, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, where they have problems that they cannot process that many transactions that are going on their net. So how the tokens are going to be distributed? Well, already pre-ICO investors, ICO and free distribution. So basically the ICO phase will distribute 40% of the tokens, then 25 goes to proof of work and 25 goes to proof of stake. 5% for developer foundation and 5% will be allocated to HCash DAO, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the fund for the whole ecosystem, for the same like Dash. In Dash this is 10%, in HCash this is 5%. So applications for HCash in life: UltraCash, FinTech, Internet of Things, because they are not using the because they are using that different type of data structure which allows microtransactions, and it works very well with Internet of Things. Industrial Internet, Big Data, and Artificial Intelligence. So the applications are really broad, and these are really major industries. So the timeline, let's go quickly through it. Overseas registration is successful and starts to operate. The DAO code completes the review and starts to operate. Q3 2017. The post-quantum cryptographic function is developed. So security measures, complete the HCash beta version, proof of work launch, proof of stake launch, HCash, and HShare. So the cryptocurrency right now is HShare. So that's like a share of the company, and they will be converting the HShare to HCash. So if you are holding HShare, you will get HCash 1-to-1. So that's going to be a change. Complete HCash beta version, complete implementation of encrypted communication between HCash client and Byteball. So as I mentioned, they are planning to have communication between different cryptocurrencies, completely destroy HShare. HCash continues the block-based infrastructure platform, and then other improvements that go on. So the team, as I said, I didn't do much research about them. So Chief Executive Officer, Chief Technology Officer, Business Development Manager. And the Advisor Board, Computer Science Professor from Shanghai Jiao Tong University, Managing Director of Coinstar Capital, Founder of FinTech Blockchain Group, and they are actually working with research partners that are Tsinghua University, CGTU, another university, Monash University. So they are working with universities to improve the cryptographic data structures, algorithms, etc. So this is real science. These technologies need a lot of testing, a lot of great minds working on them to do some new inventions. So this is quite important and really interesting. Here you have the investors, corporate pools, etc. And there are some blog posts about the distribution of the tokens. So this is it for this review. As I said, I see HCash more like a Dash of Chinese. They have some improvements. Dash cannot work with other cryptocurrencies, and it's not applicable in the Internet of Things, from what I know, because they're not using these data structures. So the biggest improvement here that I see is that they will be planning to incorporate the regular blockchains and the new level IOTA and blockchain technology and data structures, and to combine them to work together. So this is going to be really interesting. Will they succeed on all of their promises? Well, we will see. So there is a lot of speculation. From what we can see is that they are already in the billion market cap club. So they are pretty huge. So what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments of this video. So hope this was interesting, hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.